The greatest computer game ever created is called Dwarf Fortress, and here's how to play. More specifically for this video, here's how to get to the point where you can start playing. You'll need the game itself, Dwarf Therapist, and DF Hack. The purists are going to judge you for those last two components, but fuck them. Play the game that you want to play. First things first, we want to create a new world, so I hit the down arrow twice, create new world, hit enter to select the option, enter. Now you got to set some parameters. We're going to go with a small world because that saves RAM and time. History, I'm going to go very short because I like my dwarves to be the creators of history. Number of civilizations and sites, we're going to go high, and that just gives your dwarves different groups to interact with. Number of beasts, that means like mythical beasts like centaurs and fucking unicorn men. Makes the game interesting, so medium. Savagery is your general wildlife. That gives your hunters something to do. Medium. Mineral occurrence, we're going to go everywhere because that makes the game easier. Then you're going to hit Y to go. And it'll start going through all the history, shows you the map. Since we got a short history, it happens really quick. Normally, I wouldn't accept this map for various reasons that I'm not going to get into. But since this is just a tutorial, we're going to hit enter to accept. And it'll do all this. Now you're back here and you're like, what the fuck just happened? You have created the world, and now you need to start playing that world. Toggle down to start playing, hit enter. And then it's going to show you all the worlds you have created. If this is your first game, there'll only be one there. I have been playing a lot, so we're going to scroll. We're scrolling backwards because you get there quicker. To about 350. Looks like we got 355 is the world we've created. Once you find your world, you hit enter to select it. Now we're here. Legends is just the history of the world. It can be kind of fascinating to read, but it's not really a game. It's just like a book, kind of. Adventurer is your proper RPG. You become a character in the world you created. It is incredibly complicated. I played it for like 3 weeks, and that's not what this tutorial is about. And then you got Dwarf Fortress proper, which is what we want. We're going to hit enter. And then it goes... And now you're at this screen and you're like, what the fuck is going on? This is where I gave up the first time I ever downloaded this game. You've got to locate the blinking yellow X. Now what your X is covering will be shown over to the left, specifically the highlighted area in the middle there. Information about that area will be shown on the right. You can see we have a brook called the Assault of the Lyrical... it's shortened, I don't know. But you can see that river right there. Hitting tab will change the information you see in those two areas. Hitting tab once will show you what sort of neighbors you've got. You can see we've got all the different races, and also we're at war with the goblins currently. Hit tab again and it will show you the different dwarven civilizations in the world. Using plus or minus or divide and multiply, you can choose which civilization you want to be a part of. The civilization you select will be highlighted in blue on the right map. None of that will be relevant until you're advanced enough in the game to have reasons to make it relevant. As it is, we're going to go with the Crystal of Slaughter because that's fucking badass. Tab again will give you an elevation map over here. Tab again will show you the slope of the land. You can see we've got kind of a mountain peak in the middle there. It's very flat over to the left, and there's some pretty severe cliffs down there in the bottom right corner. As a newbie, you're probably going to want to use this find command, lowercase f. That'll show you this menu. Now you can select different parameters. Size of your area, savagery, doesn't, whatever. You're going to want to go down to aquifer and get it to no. Aquifer, definitely fucking no. You'll probably want a river, so on. Now notice I don't hit enter once the thing is toggled. This interface can be very confusing for people that are used to games that kind of coddle you through the controls. What you see is what you get. You don't go to yes and then hit enter. These are probably pretty good parameters for a beginner. Once you select them, then you hit enter to do the search. And then it's going to start going through the whole map. Which map? Where is it? It's not happening. There. See, now it's going through the whole map. And it's going to find you the areas that you've selected. Pretty slim pickings, but the areas that meet your parameters will be blinking green X's. In the chaos, find your yellow X and move it to one of those green X's. Oh, first you got to hit escape so that you can do that. All right, I'm going to go with this. We got a little corner of the river there for fresh water and fishing and a lot of fucking trees. E for embark. Now it'll throw up some warnings. Here it's saying my area is too big, it's going to cause lag. It'll also warn you if there's an aquifer, if there's salt water and shit like that. As a beginner, you're going to want to make sure you're not on an aquifer. Enter to embark. Now we're here. If you just hit play now, it will randomly assign skills to your dwarves and give you the equipment that you need. But we are going to prepare for our journey carefully. Toggle down, hit enter, and then we're at this screen. You got 10 points for each dwarf to divvy up between a variety of skills. You're going to want a brewer and a cook and a carpenter and a stonemason, but a lot of those skills get trained really fast. So I usually turn my dwarves into philosophers or some other sort of scientist because those skills only get trained if a teacher happens to visit your fort. Just go ahead and experiment. There's no way your first fort is going to survive even to the first trade caravan. Like I said, I'm going to make philosophers. Once you select all the skills, you're going to hit tab to select all your items. Oh, fuck. This is the shit you already have. I got rid of the axes and the picks, even though they're vital, because I cheat and make them with DF hack. I got rid of all the wood shit because you can just make that, and everything else I don't need. I got some turkeys for eggs and meat. I got some sheep to make wool and also milk. Cats because they deal with vermin like mice, and dogs because they make good meat, and you can train them to be hunting dogs or war dogs. You can name your fort, your group, and give them a symbol. Let's learn how to play the game first. I would do the prepare carefully just so you can specifically select the skills you want, but as far as